Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be making a snake game in Scratch. So let's see what things we'll be making in Scratch about the snake game. So let's read the first point. We'll so the first thing which we'll make is a snake and its food. And the second things which we'll make is the snake will change colors whenever we click a button, and then we will make the snake move right, left, up, and down direction according to the arrows. We'll make the snake eat its food once it touches the food, and while it eats, the length grows of the snake. And when the food touches the snake, it should go to another position. So let's make this. So let's quickly see how this game works. Let's click on this green flag. Now this is the snakes. You have to use the arrows and try to touch the snake, means the food. And you guys can see that whenever the snake is touching that food, it is growing its length. The length is growing. And you guys can also see that it's moving. And we have to go up and then down and then up and then right, down. And it's kind of hard, kind of. Depends on the things, like the speed and all, and the actual direction. And also, if we click on the space bar, you guys can see that it's changing color. So we'll make that in Scratch right now. First, what I'll do is I'll quickly remove the cat, and I'll draw a new sprite by clicking on this choose a sprite and clicking on this paint option. Now this you guys saw that here it is like a dot. So let's make a big dot. You go to paint. We can choose any color. Let's see the size. What 100? Okay, 100 is enough. And then let's perfectly center it. Yes. And we'll rename this as snake, because it will be a snake, of course. Now, before making the food for the snake, we'll quickly code for it. Now, let's see. So, when the green flag is clicked, it will have, you guys can see over here that there are two variables called direction. It will be the right, up, down, left direction. And the length is how long it will be. So let's also make those variables. Let's delete this, make this, and the first one will be length. And then we'll also need the direction. So let's make a direction variable. Direction. Yes. Now, whenever whenever we start this, you can see that the direction is right and the length is 0. So whenever we start it, so you drag the set direction to, and we'll change this to right, and then we'll duplicate. We'll get another. We'll change this to length, and then it will be 0. So it will be like this, and it will all we'll make like a lot of this to change color, but I'm just going to make one more flow means costume. Let me just we'll choose cyan, and it should always like switch to the first costume. So let's go to looks and then drag the switch costume to, and we'll change this costume 2 to costume 1. And now whenever it starts, uh, it's always going at the as x0 and y0, and then it's moving. So let's go to motion and then drag this go to x and y position, and we change that to 0. So let's change it, and now it has to move, right? So let's code for that also. It should always like continuously move like in a direction, in the specific direction which is right now shown. So let's uh, so, so it will go forever, like in that direction, this direction. So let's go to control and drag this forever loop, and then if the direction is equal to this, it will go in that position. So we need the if variable. We don't need the if else variable, we need only the if variable. And in this like dark place, we'll go to operators, we'll drag this equal to. We'll go to variables and drag this direction and put it right over here. Now if the direction is up, it will change y by 5, because y is up and down, and x is left and right. You can see over here also it's saying up and down and left and right for x and y. So if the direction is up, it will change y by we'll go to motion and we'll scroll down and we'll drag this change, not a set. We'll drag this change y by, and we'll change the number to any number. It depends on the speed. Like 2 is low. I want to choose 5. And now we want the same thing to happen for the down direction, right direction, and the left direction. So let's duplicate this. Then we'll change this to down. And then it should change by y by -5 for down. Now for the right, let's duplicate this and then change this to right. And then instead of changing y, we'll change x for x for right and left. So we'll change this to 5, and then we'll change this to left, and we'll change this to -5. It's like you need coordinates for the actual thing. Means if you're getting confused with x is right, if x is right or and left and all, Then you can go to choose a backdrop, and in all category you have to scroll all the way down. You can choose this X and Y grid. Now it will be easier. Now you guys can also see that Y is up and down and left and X is left and right. Now let's remove this by going to this and then deleting this. Now if you now if the right arrows, if you guys will see, it's just going right. If you click on up, left, down, and all, it's not going because we didn't code for it yet. So let's make this a little smaller. And then if right arrow is clicked, the direction should be right. So let's do that. We'll go to events. We drag this when space is clicked and we change the space to right arrow. When it is clicked, it should set direction to right. Should not change direction by right. So let's change this to right. And we duplicate this and we change this to left and we'll change this to left. And like this we will do for up and down. Duplicate this and then up arrow and then we'll change this to up. And then for down. So let's duplicate, change this to down arrow and change this to down. Now if we see, if we click up, it's going. But where is the food? And why is it not changing length? As I told you, it will change the length only if it touches the food. So let's make the food. We'll again paint a new sprite. And we'll also make this a circle. I'll change this to 50 and I'll make the food yellow in color like this and then just do this and then I want to select it and I want to put it in the middle. Now it's kind of hard to see the food because it's yellow. So let's change the backdrop to black. We just paint like a whole black square thing like this and then done. Now let's code for the food. First let's rename it to food. Now let's code for it. So whenever it's clicked, like you guys can see in the game, it's going to a random direction whenever the green flag is clicked. So let's code for that. So when the green flag is clicked, so we will go to when status when green flag clicked, it will go to X random position and Y random position. So we will go to motion and we will drag this. And now it will go to a random position. So we'll go to operators and we'll drag this pick random and we'll put it for both X and Y. Now we'll type in minus 240. Otherwise, any direction to any position you want and 240. And we'll duplicate this and then we'll put it in one. Now it should forever uh, uh, forever means anytime if it touches the snake, it should first of all change length by 0.1%, and it should go to another random position. So let's go to control and drag this forever loop. And then inside the forever loop, we drag this if loop, and we'll go to sensing and drag this touching mouse pointer, and we'll change the mouse pointer to snake. So if it's touching the snake, it should change length. So we'll go to variables and drag this change length, and we'll put it inside of the if loop. We change direction to length, and we change this to 0.1%. Now it should, whenever it touches the snake, it should go to another random position. So let's uh, duplicate this. Let's just duplicate this. Uh, just a sec. And then put this inside of the if loop. And now, if you guys see, it is touching the thing, but it is not growing. So let's code for the growing of the snake. So how will it grow? It will grow by creating a clone of itself. So when and then if it should first create a clone of itself. So let's just put right under this if loop, right under that, we'll put create clone of myself over here. And now if when it starts as a clone, it will wait length seconds. So we drag this length circle, and then we'll go to control and drag this wait 1 second, and we'll take this length which we took and we'll put it in this white circle. Now if when it starts as a clone, it should wait length seconds. So and after that it should have to delete the clone, right? Because if we click on this, it will just start like that. So let's delete this clone over here. And and if the space bar is clicked, it should, we also have to code for changing the costume, right? So when the space is clicked, so control, uh, no, events, and then we drag this when space rest, it should go to next costume. So let's see if this works. Let me zoom in, and then let's see. And then touch. Now you guys can see that it happened. It's like changing the length of the snake whenever it's touching the food. And whenever I'm clicking spacebar, it's going to the next color. And then like that. So this is a quick snake game. You can play with it. Now I am very low. You can say that it's like snake.io. No, slither.io. But you can't kill anyone. The sad part. And you can play with this continuously. It's kind of like really satisfying that the snake, how the snake moves, and then like that. So we have coded for the snake. And if you want, please subscribe to my other channel, which is Exotic Snowflake. I post a lot of gacha and all, and I post a lot of tutorials, gacha, and everything. So make sure to subscribe to this channel. Link will be in the description. And if you want if you want to just see the snake game, the link will be in description to see it. And thanks for watching. Bye.